Hey everyone, welcome to another speed build. My name is Savannah if you are new here, and welcome to my Sims channel. I like to do speed builds and I like to do Let's Plays. I'm currently doing the Rags challenge and a Seasons Let's Play, and some random speed builds here and there. So this speed build was inspired by Deligracy. She did a my dream tiny home build. It originally started as a tiny home, or that's what I had in my head, but once I was done, I kind of realized that it wasn't really that tiny. Like my sim has like a lot of room for things. She has a living room, a bathroom, a bedroom, a kitchen, and an office. There's no dining room, which is kind of weird. I guess that makes it a little bit tiny, but it's a good size for one sim, definitely. So it's kind of just ended up being like a small home. I don't know. I don't really know. But yeah, I was building this with like my dream home in mind. So it's definitely like my taste, very clean and modern, and has some like industrial elements to it. And I love neutral colors, especially like in interior design and architecture. So that's what this house is. It's a lot of whites, a lot of creams, blacks, and it has a very like industrial modern feel to it. That's just how I would design my home if I had my own home. So yeah, that's what you're going to be seeing a lot of. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but color isn't really my thing. I like pastels, but it depends. So this is the bedroom. The bedroom is definitely going to be the most bland out of them all. As you can see, like everything is very monochromatic at the moment. I realized that later on, and even though I like it, I don't know, I kind of wanted to incorporate a little bit more color because I knew that I probably would in real life. And I freaking love this marble accent table. I wish I had that in my room right now. It's so beautiful, so I use it twice in this build. And I use these flowers like I think 4 times. I just really like them. They're very simple and cute. I think they're probably the best flower in the game in my opinion. But yeah, and I also love this like thing on the wall with the candles. I've used this before in my builds. I don't know why, I just really like it. It adds so much to a room and just makes it look like you tried a lot harder than you actually did. But yeah, it's like a good way to fill up a wall, especially when your room's looking a little basic. But yeah, so I just put a little TV on the wall, and then I wanted to fit a closet and I wanted to fit a dresser, but this is such a small house that I knew I couldn't, so I just put I made a dresser to put at the end of the bed. But yeah, that's where I would like keep all my clothes and stuff. And here I'm just like, this is where I try to incorporate more color. So I changed the rug color, and I see about using like a colorful wallpaper, but I knew that wasn't gonna happen, so I just went with plain old gray. And I'm incorporating like some golds and yellows too, just so it's not so like flat, you know what I mean? And then adding this plant just like brightened everything up so much, and I love this plant too. That's like my second favorite. I forget what pack those are from. I think they're from like, oh my gosh, I forget. I think it's like kitchen stuff or something like that, but they're both from the same pack and I love them. Oh, no. It's backyard stuff. Yeah. Okay. So we're working on the bathroom now. I originally put a bathtub, but then I realized since I only have one bathroom that I would probably want a shower rather than a bathtub to bathe in every day. So I just put a shower in, and I used half walls a lot just to separate the space in such a small house. Like I didn't want to put like full walls because that tends to close things in. So yeah, half walls were definitely my best friend in this build. But I decided to, so the bathroom started out very white, as you can see, but once I put the shower in and it had that orange accent, I just decided to stem off of that. I really enjoy orange with like whites and blacks. I think it looks really like industrial, but really clean and modern at the same time. So yeah, and then this green picture really complemented the orange very well. So there's that. And then we work on the walls. Oh no, we already put the wallpaper. Okay, so the flooring. What did I do for the flooring? I think I did like this gray tiling, which looked really nice too with the counters. Yeah, that one. I love the big tiles. They look so good. So this room right here is kind of like a sunroom slash living room. There's a glass roof and then all the walls are windows. I just wanted like a really bright room where the sun would come in, where you could just like hang out. When it's so small in a home, like the more windows the better. It's just more windows and the more mirrors. It just makes things look more open than they actually are. So that's kind of what I kept in mind while building. And that's another reason why I wanted to use like whites and like clean colors, because if something's like too dark or too colorful, it tends to like look smaller, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm just making excuses for why I'm using so much white. It's true though. And I love this rug and it matches so perfectly with those flowers, and like that gray blue, light gray blue is one of my favorite colors. That's how my room is right now. I just think it looks really good and really like clean. I know I keep saying clean, but like cleanliness is very important to me, especially in like my living space. So yep. And using walkways instead of doors as well helps to open up the space. And yeah, I was really struggling though to like find things to put on the walls because everything is like so colorful. Like all the paintings are so colorful. So I just had to like recycle a lot of the things that I used. So now we're working on like the entryway slash kitchen slash dining room. Like I said earlier, there is no dining room in this house, so I kind of just had to like stick a table in like a little corner. It's definitely not ideal for like hosting, but it's really all that I could do in this little tiny home because I was at least trying to keep it a little bit tiny. So yeah, the kitchen and the dining room are like merged into one pretty much, and oh my god, these countertops. I got cool kitchen stuff, or is that backyard stuff? I don't know. It's either one of those two, but it came with these counters, so they were like new to me, and oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with them. I think they're my favorite counters in the game so far. They're just so good. I would definitely have those in my real life house. So yeah, and I decided not to put a dishwasher because if I did, then you wouldn't be able to see any counter. So I just decided to put a sink instead. And we're just adding more windows to open up the space again. So yeah, I wasn't kidding about using natural colors all throughout this house, but oh well. Now I'm just cluttering up the place a little bit, making it look a little bit more lived in. I always struggle with like trying to find things to put on the shelves, but it worked out in my favor. There were a lot of like neutral items that I could place, and I love that little bowl of lemons. It's one of my favorite little decor pieces. And yeah, so I really like using like marbles and stones and tiles, but I used wood here in the kitchen. That's strange, but I think I did brick on the wall. Another industrial element there, no surprise. So yeah, I wanted to have something on the doors that they could open and close if they wanted. So I'm just using little curtains. I don't know if it, I don't know. I was struggling with this because a lot of the curtains didn't fit. So I had to use the brown ones, which I didn't want to use, but it was like the only one that fit perfectly. So I settled. So this little room here is going to be the office, like where the computer is, where I could do my work and stuff. It's so small, I couldn't fit anything else in there except for the desk and the chair, but you know what, it's all good. I don't think I really needed anything else in there. Everything else is just like really extra. So I just kind of like fill up the walls and the floors with decorations, and I like putting the paintings like right above the desk so it looks like it's like leaning up against the wall on the desk. I think that looks really cool. And yeah, I didn't know what to do with the walls or the flooring in here. It was just like a really weird room that I struggled with, but I ended up finding this wallpaper, and then the rug that I use like really complements the wallpaper as well. They're like very similar but not exactly the same, so it ended up working out in my favor. Which I think is this rug in like a different swatch. That one. Excuse me. But yeah, just cluttering up the floor space, cluttering up the walls. Again, I had so much trouble trying to find photos to put on the walls. Like everything was like too colorful or didn't match, or I just wasn't feeling it. And then I came across these like little signs. I think they're from City Living, and they're for like protesting. But I thought they were so cute, like as decorations, so I just put those up with this little like flower thing, and that's it. And then on the other wall, I just put this like giant corkboard. Yeah, you can't really see it, so it doesn't really matter. And right here, I'm just working on the entryway. I decided to put like this little closet thing by the door so I could store my jackets and all that stuff. And then like right when you walk in, I love having an accent table to like put your keys, mail, like whatever you have in your hands when you get home that you can just throw it on. I think that is so clutch in a home, whether it's like a little table by the door, like one of these huge ones. But yeah, I definitely want one of those in my house, and a floor mirror just like this one, the one that like stands on the floor and leans against the wall. Those two things need to be by my front door. I don't have that now in my parents' home, but I plan on having one in my own home. 'Cause you guys care. But yeah, just adding some more curtains and some more like lamps throughout the house, like decorative ones. And I end up deleting that window in the bedroom later to add a door to go out into the backyard. And now I'm just doing a bunch of landscaping. Oh my gosh, I landscaped hard in this build, which I never really do because I'm not that good at it. But I really like the way that it turned out this time. I think that the white flowers and just all the greenery really complemented the black and white building. And I decided to do a driveway with this one. I never do a driveway, I never have. But I really do like the way that it turned out. And you just get like a toy car, because there's no cars in The Sims 4, and you just like size it up. And it looks legit. It looks legit to me at least. And we've got like a nice walkway. Surrounded by just like a bunch of landscaping. I don't know. I really didn't know what else to do. Since it's such a small house, like filling up the rest of the lot was kind of annoying, because like I hate the way that lots look when it's just like a tiny little house in the middle of like a bare lot, especially like when you're looking at the world as a whole and you have this lot and it's just so bare with like a little tiny building in the middle. I just think it looks weird, so I always like to fill up the entire lot, whether it's with like trees or plants or even just like the entire house. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing here. I'm just like filling it up, and I still don't like fill it up all the way, but I try. So I did another build, and it is a mansion build, so it's quite the opposite of this one. I don't know if you would call it a mansion. It's kind of like, I saw this photo on Pinterest and I took inspiration from that, and it's kind of like a vacation home, I guess, like a place where your family, your sim family can go if you want to like go on vacation, like take a break from your normal house, because it's like this huge, like huge house, and it's got this huge yard with a giant pool, and it's got like swing sets for the kids. And oh, I wanted to mention this right here. I'm using the terrain paint all over the lot, and I absolutely love the way that this looked. I just thought that it really just like tidied up the lot a lot. Wow. So I'm gonna start doing that on all my builds. I think it just looks really nice. But anyway, it's got like all kinds of activities that your Sims can do, like if you were to like go to a cabin or whatever. I'm gonna upload that build next, and I really like it. I hope you guys like it too, because it took me a long time, and I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. And right here we're just working on the backyard. We got a pool and a jacuzzi, because why not? This is supposed to be my tiny dream home, and my dream home would have both of those things. I think everyone's dream home would probably have a pool or jacuzzi or both. But yeah, all this stuff from the backyard stuff pack, it's so gorgeous. I can't believe it took me this long to get this pack, because it's so bomb, especially for backyard stuff, obviously. Holy crap. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to use some string lights too. I messed around with those string lights, I kid you not, for like 30 minutes, and I could not figure out like a good way to put them, because I wanted them to like stretch across the entire backyard a few times, and it just wasn't working out. The placement of the columns was just weird, so I just ended up using one string. It looks fine to me, whatever. I settled. And now I'm just filling up the rest of the lot with trees. Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to like really fill it up and just make it look lived in, I guess, and just use a lot of terrain paint and make it look realistic, and add like the finishing touches. Like, I think outside lights really is like the cherry on top of a perfect build, because it just makes it look more put together and more realistic. But yeah, we're coming up on the end of this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed building it. It was really fun. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys, all 10 of you, so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.
Living out a fantasy, hold tight, give your heart so easily. I'm like, baby, you're too good